All right, we are back. So everyone, let me take up, we have a plea that's ready on Jolene Trevino. And let me see where Miss Trevino is. She's not on the screen. Just wait. We're going to get her back, Mr. May.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And then Martin Guerra for Kochansky.
Yes, Your Honor. Can I go into a breakout room with my client?
All right. I'm going to send you all to breakout room number 5. And Mr. Kochansky, if you go to 5, Roberto Ramirez.
Yes, Your Honor. I did get up with my client. She is in the process of logging in now.
Okay.
And she has communicated to me, and I sent an email to Marcus that she's accepting the offer.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Young?
Yes, Your Honor. Okay. I'm sorry, I got a frog in my throat.
That's okay.
I did not realize when I spoke with Miss Rita Gomez this morning that apparently her mother had just died, and I was somewhat insensitive to that fact.
Okay.
She did try to get to court, but she was not functioning, tracking very well. I am told by her that she did check in with the bailiff sometime after we left for lunch.
All right, we'll give her a reset. So
She's on Zoom now. She is going to need at least a couple of weeks, maybe 30 days reset. She wishes to accept the offer the prosecution has made, which is for deferred adjudication. But candidly, I don't have time to do that right now. I've got some other things I'm already committed for this afternoon.
All right, Mr. Gomez, Miss Rita Gomez, can you unmute for me, please?
Hello?
Hello. I'm sorry to hear about your mom.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So, Miss Gomez, what is a good time for you to come back?
Like in 2 weeks.
All right. Mr. Young, are you available in 2 weeks?
I'm available whenever the court calls.
Oh my God.
All right.
I would ask the court to give her 30 days just so that she's not pressed to get this done. I will tell the court she has started a methadone maintenance program. She's trying to treat her own issues with drugs, and I think she's going to be an excellent candidate for that deferred adjudication.
All right. So, Miss Gomez, how much time do you want?
Well, 30 days is good.
All right. Do you need 30 days, or you're just saying?
Just give me 2 weeks.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Ferguson and Rita Gomez, can we come back in 2 weeks, please? And if I could have a 2-week reset in the chat box. All right, is March 15th a good time for you, Ms. Gomez?
March what?
15th?
Yes.
All right, is that a good time for you, Mr. Young?
Would have picked it myself, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you. All right, so we'll come back on March 15th, and you can be by Zoom, Ms. Gomez.
At 9?
Yes.
And I'll have the Zoom number at that time, and I'll give that to you, Rita.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Ms. Trevino, her chair is empty, Mr. May. So as soon as she's back in her seat, we'll take that up. Mr. Ramirez, who do you have?
I have Monica Reynolds, Your Honor. And
All right. And what is happening with Ms. Reynolds?
she is, an offer was communicated, and I've communicated the offer to her, and she's accepting, and she's in the process of logging in. She was on her phone, but she wanted to use her laptop. And
Okay.
I think she's,
All right. Have you let the state know that that's being accepted and let the court coordinator know?
I have let the state know, Your Honor, but I was about to chat the court coordinator.
And Robert, if you can get her email for Norma and I also.
Yes, I will, Marcus. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, then everyone just give us a moment. And Ms. Ferguson, is Matthew Allen able to zoom in for Mr. Cornelius? All right, so Mr. Cornelius, your attorney that's been appointed to you is not available to zoom in. I do like for persons to get a chance to meet their attorneys, but we're gonna reset you. And Ms. Ferguson, can we reset this in 2 weeks to have Mr. Allen present? Mr. Nicholas, is a 2-week reset good for you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're gonna come back on March 14th. Your attorney is Matthew Allen. I'm gonna put his name in the chat box and you can probably Google it.
Okay.
All right, thank you. We'll see you on the 14th. And it will be by Zoom at 9 a.m. and your attorney will receive the link.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Young, you're back with us?
I am, Your Honor. I had an off-docket matter that I wanted to discuss with you on one of my clients.
Okay, just give me a moment. Which case is it?
It's case number 2021 CR 3747, Laura Pantoja.
All right, to the clerks, can you bring me a file 2021 CR 3747, please?
I filed a request for bond setting on that.
All right, just give me a moment. And it's a criminal trial division or family violence?
I believe it's criminal trial, Your Honor. She missed a court date and had her bond forfeited. It was $2,000. I would ask the court to consider resetting a $2,000 bond on it. She is currently in custody.
All right, is there a reason she didn't show?
I think she just either she didn't get it or she just forgot it. She didn't realize she was supposed to come in.
All right, are you able to come back on Monday, Mr. Young?
Always, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can we put Laura Pantoja, cause number 2021 CR 3747 on the docket for Monday for a bond? All right, so we'll have her brought over. We would do it now, but you know, they're short staffed.
I understand that.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it. And that's at 9 o'clock, Your Honor.
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Martin Guerra.
Your Honor, I conferred with the state. I've conferred with Mr. Kochansky, and we do not have an agreement. We wish to go ahead and continue on the trial docket.
All right, so we haven't had that many settings on this case. And Mr. Kochansky, I like to give people time to think about everything and make sure that the defense has everything that they need. So Mr. Guerra, have you received all the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and was the offer tendered?
Yes, it was, Your Honor.
And when was the offer tendered?
Today.
All right, so Mr. Kochansky, I'm gonna reset this for 30 days, give you a pre-deadline date. And of course, if your attorney wants to come back sooner than 30 days, he can let me know. But I don't like for people to receive an offer today and then, not normally do something the same day. So, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Kochansky, a plea deadline date, please? It'll be March 28th. And Mr. Kochansky, jury trial starting back up, I'm being told March 14th, but we'll see what happens because we just had a rodeo here. I don't know, Brenna, Martin, is the rodeo still occurring? So I will tell you this, I passed by rodeo events, nobody's socially distancing. Nobody's, some people are wearing masks, trying to make, and then some people are not wearing masks, trying to make people feel some sort of way who are wearing the mask.
Yes, ma'am, I understand that.
Yeah, so if a jury trial is gonna happen, I'm not sure. They say March 14th, we shall see. I have no
Okay.
crystal ball.
That's understandable, thank you.
All right, have a great rest of your day. Normally L11 can go back.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Guerra. Have a great rest of your day. If you want to spend the rest of the evening with us, you're more than welcome.
I'll stream it on YouTube, Your Honor.
Brenna, I'm taking that as a no. He doesn't want to spend extra time with us.
Take care.
All right, you too. All right, we're going to take up Trevino. And Mr. Groomer, I received a message that you all were interviewing people. If you would like to go to your interview and have Mr. Villarreal take this plea, I don't know if that's possible.
Judge, to be honest, I think we can probably knock this one out. They're coming in at 3 o'clock, Judge. So they're coming in about 15 minutes. I think we can probably knock this one out, but after that, we may have to, if we could, ask the court to step away for a second.
Sure, no problem. All right, court is going to call 2022 CR 0507, State of Texas versus Jolene Trevino. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Ryan Groomer for the state of Texas.
for the defense?
Charles Mays for Ms. Jolene Trevino, Your Honor.
And are you Jolene Trevino?
Yes, ma'am.
Can we go off the record for a moment? Are you the Jolene that I've heard sung about?
I'm not sure.
All right, see, Brenda, am I the only person who gets that reference? Dolly
No,
Parton,
I get
Jolene?
I got that one, Judge.
Okay, sometimes people don't get it. All right, Ms. Trevino, if you ever have a chance, you should listen to the song by Dolly Parton called Jolene. So I always wonder when children are named, if they're named by certain things. People who are named Brandy, I know they were born in the 70s because there's a hit named Brandy. All right, we're going to go back on the record. We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
None from the state, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
None, Your Honor.
Ms. Trevino, I'm going to show you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Defense, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Trevino, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I reviewed it with sheriff that just that came in and brought it to me.
All right, do you need
And
to
whatever was
discuss-
sent to him.
do you need to discuss this with your attorney?
No, ma'am.
All right, so what it is, this is the document that's called True Bill of Indictment.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a charging instrument that tells you what you're charged with. Are you aware of what you're charged with in count 1 and count 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Judge. There's actually 2 counts on there. We would waive count 1 and proceed solely on count 2 of that indictment. And count 2 should be a second degree possession of a controlled substance, PG1, 4 to 200 grams.
Yes. Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Ms. Trevino, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand in count 2, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance weighing 1 quarter 200 grams? That's a second degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you. You will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in, the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to actually offenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Trevino, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count 2. There's a $1,500 fine, 2 years in the prison, no applications. The state will take in consideration the following cause numbers: 2022 CR 0505, 2022 CR 0506, County Court cause number 656162. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, it is, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
None, Your Honor.
Then to the office as charged in count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Okay, any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
Yes, Judge. The state would offer State's Exhibit number 1 and all attachments to the court.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Ms. Trevino, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Yes, ma'am.
After reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, just that my client understands what's going on, and she is remorseful for what has happened, and she just asks this court to follow the plea agreement, Your Honor.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 2 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. Take in consideration 2022 CR 0505, 2022 CR 0506, and County Court cause number 656162. Ms. Trevino, I
Yes,
can give you or recommend the therapeutic community if you have a drug or alcohol problem. It doesn't extend the length of time that you will stay at the prison, but it's something that perhaps could help you. Do you wish to be considered for the therapeutic community or no? Okay, well, thank you for letting me know and not taking up someone else's space. Court will give you credit for any time served, showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you have a question over the definition of weapon or ammunition, you'll need to contact an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, we'll go off the record. And Mr. Groomer, I know you all have someone to interview, so
Okay, thank you so much, Judge. We appreciate it.
you're welcome. Ms. Trevino, how old are you?
34.
All right, Ms. Trevino, you're getting to that stage. I'm already aware where more of your life is about to be behind you than in front of you. So you need to make better decisions and try to go forth in the world doing good. All right?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you, Ms. Trevino. Norma L.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, Mr. Landry, we're waiting for your attorney.
He is going to show the decree.
Oh, we're gonna do our best to make that happen.
Thank you.
Just give me a moment. So everyone, just put some more patience in your pocket. We're here till 5. Brenda, maybe midnight, but we're gonna see what we can do.
Judge Marcus texted me. I can handle the Reynolds plea when y'all are ready.
All right, thank you. As soon as I receive that, then I will sign everything that's in my box. Thank you so much. All right, everyone, just give me a moment. I'm going to see where your attorneys are. Mr. Sandoval, any update on Mr. Dochi?
With respect to, yeah, my understanding is they can set it for jail court for Tuesday.
All right, so Mr. Dochi, we can bring you back for jail court on, they'll do the jail court on Tuesday, then that will take care of this case.
And then with respect to Mr. Sparks, Your Honor, I don't know if he showed up in the courtroom or not.
No, he has not.
Okay, if I may just be given one opportunity just to text him again, Judge.
Sure. I mean, we're here till 5. So we're going to recall you for March 2nd for this court, Mr. Dochi. I have no control over other courts or jurisdictions over other courts. So we'll call you back on March 2nd.
Yes, Your Honor.
But once that's taken care of in that court, this will be taken care of.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Norma, you can let them know that 17L can go back.
Yes, ma'am.
And thank you for telling me how to pronounce your name. When someone is mispronouncing your name, you need to let them know.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Have a good, beautiful day.
All right, thank you, you too.
And Your Honor, with respect to Mr. Sparks, he has texted something to me from Methodist Hospital South. I don't know how you would, if there's an email address you would like me to forward this to the court to see whether this is acceptable or not.
Yes, I'm going to put an email in the chat box to you.
Thank you, Judge.
There you are.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure. And which county court was that? County court number 4 wasn't able to take the plea on Mr. Dochi today.
That was number 4, Judge.
And what we'll do, since that's probably going to be a morning setting, we'll just set him in our court at 2 p.m. And once he's finished with County Court 4, then he probably won't need to come back here.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Mr. Landry, we're still trying to get in touch with your attorney.
All righty.
All right, but we're going to have something happen today. Just give us a moment.
This is Frankie.
Hi, Frank. This is Criselda.
Yes, hi, Miss Torres. How are you, ma'am?
All right, Mr. Garza, Mr. Landry is here, and I'm going to see if I can get a prosecutor for you.
I can talk to him, Judge.
All right, thank you. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2.
Judge, can you make me co-host again?
Michelle, did she make you co-host?
No.
Okay,
Not
then
yet. Oh, wait, yeah, now I'm co-host.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, Mr. Ramirez.
Yes, Your Honor.
The felony plea paperwork should be getting done.
I believe it's been completed on our end, Your Honor. I don't know if you've gotten your end of it or not.
All right, they're probably just swearing your client in.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, we're ready to proceed. Just wait till we get a prosecutor in. Mr. Sandoval.
Hi, Judge.
Hi. That's not a good enough excuse, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to recall him. I'm going to note on the docketing sheet that he didn't appear, and he's going to need to be here March 1st, and he needs to be in person.
March 1st in person.
Yes.
I will let him know, Judge. I appreciate the courtesies extended by the court on both my matters today.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
Take care, Judge.
You're welcome. Right, and where is your client?
I thought you said they took her to a room to swear in.
No, they've sworn her in.
Oh, okay. Well, what her last, Your Honor, I'm gonna text you something, chat you something. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, no problem, Mr. Ramirez.
Oh, so- Dang, when are you gonna get back up or what?
Judge Boyd, are you still there?
Yes, I am. Who are you here for? Mr. Landry, you need to take a seat. Mr. Hetnick, who are you here for? Mr. Hetnick, Robert Hetnick.
Marcus, are you there?
He's in a meeting.
Okay,
Yes,
that's fine.
Rebecca, he's in a meeting.
Yeah, I know Ryan was. I didn't know Marcus was too.
All right, Mr. Ramirez, do you want to do your client's plea on a different day? Or do you think she's going to be okay to come back and do the plea?
Your Honor, the last thing she said was she's okay to do it, but
All right,
know,
do you
I
want to
wonder-
call her and see how she is?
yes, Your Honor, if I could do that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, I just sent you a chat.
Came in, so what we'll do is then we will give her another day. So Ms. Reynolds, we're gonna set it for another day.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So we're gonna come back on March, well, we can come back on the 28th. Is that okay with you, Mr. Ramirez?
I believe it is, Your Honor. Let me just check real quick. I have another thing in your court, Your Honor. So yes, that's okay.
All right, we'll come back on March 28th. I'm sorry, February 28th, Ms. Reynolds.
That's the way I
Okay.
took you to mean February 28th. Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All
Maybe.
right, you're welcome. Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, can I see in a breakout room?
She just stepped out. She'll be right back.
Okay, thank you.
Can I get back into a different room with Michelle?
Yeah, Hector, I'll pop in there and Michael will probably pop in there in a second too, just because I've got to head to an appointment. So I'll send us in a room.
And Judge, if you can hear me, can you make me a co-host again?
She'll be right back.
Thanks, Brenna. You're number one.
I don't know if I can do it, but let's see.
I believe in you.
All right, Mr. Cantrell.
Hi, Judge. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I filed a motion this afternoon. Monique Williams is my client. Her grandma died and her aunt died, and she has funeral services tomorrow. You had granted her release to go to her house. I mean, stay in her house, house arrest, I guess you call it. So we're asking permission to go attend a funeral tomorrow. In my motion, I put in it's between 11 and 3 o'clock at Meadow Lawn Funeral Home. And it's on Saturday.
What offense is she charged with?
She is charged with an aggravated assault deadly weapon.
And are any of the complainants family members?
Yes, Your Honor. One is, I believe, an uncle, but there's more to that case because we believe that uncle had abused her in the past.
Well, what we will do is I'll let you confer with the state. Just give us a moment.
Okay.
Judge, can I see you in a breakout room, please?
Yes, just give me a moment. Let me sign this document. All right, I will see you in breakout room number 1.
Okay.
Mr. Cantrell, just give me a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
You read it, Judge.
Thank you. What's happening with Mr. Landry?
I think we have something worked out.
Okay.
Just to continue, but needs to play true.
I just need to talk to Mr. Landry one more time for about a minute or two, Judge.
All right, I'm going to open up breakout rooms, Mr. Landry. I'm sending you to breakout room number 1. And Mr. Garza, I'm sending you to 1. And Mr. Villarreal, if you could confer with Mr. Cantrell on Monique Williams.
Was that set today, Judge?
No, it's off docket. There's a funeral arrangement.
Okay.
Mr. Cantrell, I'm sending you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, did you ask me to go to number one?
No, I just opened up breakout rooms.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Thank
Can you make
That's
me co-host, Judge?
Yes.
Sorry, popped
No
out.
problem.
I'm back in.
It happens.
Thank you, Judge.
Norma.
Yes, Mr. Garza, are you all ready?
We are, Judge, and I think the agreement is going to be to have him continued with some conditions.
All right, so we just need to get the paperwork signed. Is he going to enter a plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so then we just need the paperwork signed. Ms. Ferguson, can you get them the paperwork he needs to sign? And it will just be consent to appear by video?
Okay,
Right.
I'll do that ASAP, Judge.
All right, thank you. So, Mr. Landry, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
Yes,
I'm going to send your attorney to 3, and they'll get the paperwork, and then we'll take up your matter.
Yes, ma'am.
You're welcome. Michael Villarreal, do you all have an agreement on Monique Williams?
Yes, Judge.
It might help if I unmute. Yes, Judge.
All right, so you've seen the motion. Are you in agreement to it?
Yes, Judge. We just, I don't know how to do this if it's just through pretrial services, just to reiterate to her, because this is a family funeral and the alleged victim is her uncle. I'm assuming that there's a high probability that the uncle will be at the funeral too. Just kind of reiterate to her that there is no contact.
All right, there's to be no contact with the uncle, Mr. Cantrell. If he's
Understood.
there,
Now,
she needs to
move
not
away.
contact him.
Yep.
Don't go.
understand.
So she may not be able to go to the repast.
The what?
Is this a Baptist funeral?
I don't know, Your Honor.
Usually what ends up happening at Baptist funerals is that after they have the funeral, everyone goes back to a relative's home. People bring different meals, casseroles or whatever it may
Okay.
be. And everyone is in a confined space, usually at the home.
Okay.
So if the complainant is going to be at the home, then it would probably be best for her not to be there.
Understood.
All right, so she may only be able to go to the funeral and the gravesite.
Understood that, Your Honor. There was also a motion to amend conditions of bond that was filed a week before, and she's under house arrest. We were going to ask that she be allowed to wear a GPS monitor, and Mr. Villarreal has stated that he's okay with that, but he needs to let pretrial services or whoever's going to monitor that know her comings and goings all the time. In other words, has to notify them before she can leave the home.
Well, I would feel more comfortable is if that matter be reset for when your client can be here on Zoom or either in person, so I can give her instructions.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you very much.
All right, talk to Ms. Ferguson about a reset for the other motion.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, Tony.
And Mr. Villarreal, can I see you in breakout room number 2, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Hector, we have all the paperwork. We're going to give it to the judge right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we are back. The court is going to call 2021 CR 0147, State of Texas versus Kendrick Landry. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Michael Villarreal for the state.
For the defense?
Hector R. Garza Jr., Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Landry? Can you unmute for me, please?
I
We're
am.
proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
None from the state, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Landry, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Kendrick Jamal Landry who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 0147 for the offense of burglary of a habitation with intent to commit assault on June 23rd, 2021 for a period of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Date?
Violation condition number 22, on or about the 21st day of October 2021, Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Kendrick Jamal Landry, did then and there contact or attempt to contact Priscilla Rodriguez by telephone, mail, or in person in violation of condition number 22.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
The state would waive and abandon the remaining allegations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
None, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Landry, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 22, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation condition 22?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition 22 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. The agreement is to deny the state's motion and alternate conditions to include the MRT moral recognition therapy, and as well as enroll in the BIP and parenting courses within 7 days of release from the Bexar County Jail.
Is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, the court will deny the motion, alternate remaining conditions to include the MRT. You're to enroll in the BIPP course and parenting classes within 7 days of release. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Landry, I want you to understand something. According to your plea bargain agreement, the state was silent on your application. So I gave you probation. I don't know what you don't understand about no contact. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
Then why are you contacting or attempting to contact?
What happened was I was at a friend's house and I guess we're mutual friends with this friend and we were having a party. I didn't know she was going to show up. And when she did show up, instead of me just leaving right away, I didn't. I stayed a little too long, longer than I should have, and it ended up being an altercation.
All right, here's the thing, Mr. Landry.
Yes, ma'am.
Everything that you do from here on out, you need to ask yourself whether or not it could result in you going to prison for 20 years. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And so after probation gives you your new conditions, all the other conditions will remain, but you need to enroll in BIP and parenting classes within 7 days of your release. If you do not, what's going to end up happening is a motion to revoke is going to be sent to my desk, and it may or may not be signed. And if it is signed, you're going to end up back at the Bexar County Jail. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, we'll close the record. And I'm going to send you to a breakout room, Mr. Landry, so that probation can go over your conditions. And you should be released maybe by midnight.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Garza, you can go to number 1 with your client. And everyone, that is our last case for today. So I'm going to stop the live stream. It's freezing outside. It's 33 degrees. So you know that means, Brenna, tomorrow it will be 92.
I want to say thank you, Ms. Boyd.
All right, you're welcome. Mr. Landry, do better, okay?
I will. That's a promise.